Hey everyone, it's Gabriela Barrero, and we are here with the amazing Sin Bryce. She's from Little Press Love and Motown AF, a Morristown native who is so deeply ingrained within the arts community. And she's a part of our 25 Days of Small Biz Babes, where we're highlighting phenomenal women business owners, their journey through entrepreneurship, and how you can support them this holiday season. So, Sid, first of all, can you give us a little brief synopsis of who you are, what you do, what kind of brought you into the world of arts?
Yeah, sure. So the world of art, gosh, it started back in when I was a young kid, honestly. I've always loved drawing, never was a painter, but now going to sip and paints, like I love to paint a picture. Just always had a creative mind, and I don't know if that's because I'm lefty, but just to throw that out there.
Oh, lefty gang, because I
Lefty
think, yeah,
gang.
I'm lefty too. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so just always very creative. Graphic design has been always my baby, like bold fonts and things like that. That's always kind of been like my niche and all that. So that kind of, geared me towards basically starting, what I started back in 2016, where I was like heat pressing t-shirts and things like that. I was working part-time at the time and I needed something to supplement, my income a little bit. And once it was like I got the word out, like word of mouth is like really the best tool that I've had, and like that's actually helped me. Um, I have made birthday t-shirts mostly, for kids and for, a couple girls reached out for bridal t-shirts and, tote bags and things like that. So I kind of feel like now I'm in the season of, okay, so I'm a new mom looking to kind of bring this light and spark back into my life. So what can I do to do that? And, I figured if I put it out there that I'm doing a keepsake station, that's something that has really been, I think popular now. I haven't seen too many in the area, but, I kind of wanted to add my services out there and, just make an experience because I'm all about like community and connection and, making things an experience for people that I work with. So.
And for those who aren't sure of what a keepsake is and how it works, can you walk us through what the process has looked like? I know you've already done a few events, so can you walk us through
Yeah.
what it's looked like?
Sure, I did like a couple pop-ups before, and please excuse my daughter in the back.
No worries.
um, I have actually um done a couple pop-ups at like a vacation Bible school in Morristown before, where like my cousin actually headed the program, so she wanted to do like socks for younger kids, and then the bigger group, the older kids, they did tote bags. So, what I did was she actually ordered all the materials. She just asked me to just show up. So I showed up with my heat press and my little station. I have like a little mat that I put everything on so that it doesn't burn through. So we had the kids kind of like lay out their different socks and where they wanted the designs to be. And for me, once they did that, basically I told them to bring it over to me because I did not want, any child to go ahead and heat press. I was in charge of that. So I was set up at a table, once they were ready, they brought it over to me to my station. I went ahead and heat pressed it. And then I gave it to them after it like cooled down. And then, they held it up. They were so proud and excited for it. So it looks a lot like that. I also did a baby shower where I set up, one of my girlfriends had me come to her sister-in-law's baby shower. Um, she had the onesies again, had all the materials. What I brought actually were like custom made designs where it was like the baby's last name and the theme, right? So she had a Lion King theme for the baby shower. Um, Actually, it was Lion King, and I think part of it was like an up theme, like with the balloons. So we did actually both. So I brought all the designs that we came up with together. We worked through it through Canva actually, and then once I got them printed off at a company, they shipped them to me. I brought them to the event, And yeah, no, like I had them all set up on the table, like laid out. And, at that event, I wasn't there. So I actually went to another baby shower that day. So I gave her all the instructions on how to actually do it and, what settings needed to be on the heat press and everything like that. So, when I did that, um, she had maybe minimal questions, like two or three questions really throughout the day, and she said it was like a hit for her. She was like, everybody was so excited. They took pictures. I was just like, that's so great. I set up something that they could hang the onesies on as well. So, that was just like the light of my day. Like I was sitting there at another baby shower and then she was at this baby shower with all of my materials. And, the fact that they had that much fun, it was great. Like I just was like, oh, wow. Like, okay. So this does work.
Oh my gosh. So the premise is that people can pick a certain like tote bag or t-shirt or socks or a certain item, and then
Yes.
you come along and you bring everything. All
Hmm.
they need to do is have the people, they have a certain head count, and you can help them make custom keepsakes
Hmm.
for any occasion, whether this is like a corporate holiday party or it's your kid's birthday party or whatever.
Hmm.
Like if it's again, if it's like a little satchel, like what are some of your favorite ideas as we approach the new year? What are some ways that people could add custom keepsakes into their parties, into their networking events, like into their social gatherings?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like you said, the number of guests for sure. That's always helpful. Just to see how many like I need, like items wise, and like what kind of materials would be needed. I love like theme parties. I love working. I love working with all groups. But in the new year, I definitely see like this being something that even could be like at a indoor play space. There's so many in New Jersey now, especially North New Jersey, where they can add it to like their packages for a birthday party or, open play. I could come and set up and be there, for X amount of hours and, have the kids play, but then also, um, having this be an activity and then also seeing this being as an activity for like maybe like a mom's night out, like still at this open play, the kids can play, the moms can do this activity, this idea.
Mm.
I think that that would be super cool to incorporate.
Ooh, that is so cute. So if we have a mom's night out, if we have these different kind of events, and like what are your favorite kind of keepsakes to recommend? Like what are some of your favorite packages?
I love the like doing t-shirts and tote bags have been very popular for me. Um, what else? I would say, you know, mainly like baby onesies. I'm just so like gravitating towards that and essentially because like I just had a kid, so like
Yeah.
my baby girl is one now, but this is something that I want to even like hand down to her too eventually, like, and show her the ropes. But I just think like you know for me, like, baby showers, if you don't have enough like activities, and not even like you need to have a whole lot, but like the games and things like that, like baby showers can be very like prolonged and just like sometimes a little boring, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think that something like this could kind of break up the time and just be like a fun, like, everybody's engaged, everybody's doing it, and, everybody's essentially like coming together as a community and then gifting these. Like, these aren't even something that they take home. This is going towards the baby, of the hour.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I love that. And I know that in 2026, you're also going to be hosting a lot more, right? Aren't you going to be also coordinating events for artists, bringing community together? Can you walk us through a little
Yes.
bit of that?
Yeah, so I am the program manager for Morris Arts. So my job now is program manager of arts and community. So what that means is, there's public art opportunities, working with our artists, teaching artists included. I come from the space of arts education too. So, including everybody is like always been my dream to just like kind of get together again, building the community and being able to essentially get together and a big thing I think that I see a lot of like different networking events and things like that, but I'm like, yeah, artists are probably attending those just to see what's going on, but
Mm.
this is like a big opportunity because the organization I work for is actually the Arts Council of Morris County. So, being able to bring together everybody essentially is something that I've always looked forward to doing. So that's in 2026. Yes, I will be doing those more often. And we're talking about like coffee chats, like things like that, or even if somebody wants to host, I'm open to it all. If somebody wants to, sit down and teach us how to crochet or something like that. Like, you see like
Um,
these not too often. So hopefully that this is something that will definitely be able to happen for sure in 2026.
Oh, I love that. And as we also talk about 2026 and the packages you have and the way that you desire life to look, what are you calling in for 2026?
Ooh, what am I calling everything all together? Oh,
Yeah, just for life. Like what kind of life, business, family, what is Sin looking forward to for 2026?
um, I mean, I could say personally, I'm looking forward to just like doing all the things that make me happy and bringing all that together. Somehow letting there be synergy in that. Synergy.
Ooh,
um,
I love it. Hey, you might need to grab
it's
that
it's
synergy.
like the synergy era for me now. Like my daughter's getting
Ooh,
older. Like I have more of a schedule now. I'm not like all over the place. Although being with a toddler, of course, it is. That's my life, right? But
yeah.
being able to still be able to do the things that I love doing, and that's definitely
Hmm.
connecting with people. So bringing that energy into 2026.
And what would you say are two things, like two big lessons that you really learned in 2025?
Um, Definitely to give myself more grace.
Hmm.
I think I lacked in that, but I mean, I was still like trying to figure out like my way of, being with being a new mom and things like that, and schedule, and figuring out what worked for me personally, and then also as a mom, like it's
Hmm.
like that balance of it is kind of essentially like work life balance, but it's like, yeah, being a mom is like another full-time job.
Mom life balance.
The mom life balance, exactly. So
Yes.
learning to balance that out all a little bit.
I think there's no adjustment like having a child. And as much as others can prepare you,
Mhm.
there's only so much you can do. So
Yeah.
now that you have a 1 year old, and I'm sure that so many people wanted to give you great advice that maybe we just weren't open or able to receive before we
Mhm.
gave birth and had our own, what is
Mhm.
a piece of advice that you'd give to another mompreneur that's expecting her first?
Ooh. I would say, okay, first of all, everybody's journey is different because,
Mhm.
there are those people that come in like, oh, you should try this, or you should do this, or don't worry, that's gonna happen, or this is gonna happen. Like, no. Like, take in your journey because it is your journey. Everybody's journey is different, but definitely be present in your journey and just know that things will get better, even when you think that it won't, and like things are like, what? Like, this seems insane. Like, what did I do? Like, no, things will get better. And just, take your own time, and definitely, yeah, the biggest thing is just be present. Be present in your moment,
I love that. Be present. This is your journey,
your
right?
journey.
Own it. It's not going to look like anyone else's and they can give you advice, but it might not stick.
Yep.
So
Yep.
do your own thing. But yes, it's temporary. I love you saying that, Sin. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
Of
And I know
course.
also know that you have an offer. I think it's a certain percent off for anyone who sees this and they're interested for their baby shower, for their bridal party, for their
Mhm.
birthday party, for their kids' party, for their business to collaborate
Yes.
with you. How can they reach out to you and tell them a little bit more about that process?
Sure. Right now, I'm offering $25 off your first booking between now and the new year. Um, and, if you want to get in touch with me, my email is littlepress. love in nj@gmail.com. And then also Instagram, you can reach out to me. Same handle as Little Press Love NJ.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sin. Before we leave, is there any words of advice that you give for people as they go on their week? Like as they go about this week and we're going into the holiday season, like any quote or any words you like to live by?
This week is like one of those weeks, like, and like even especially today, like today, the 24th specifically, like me and my husband, we actually got engaged on this day 6 years ago. So
Oh,
it was like around the perfect time of just like that grace again, like having grace and being thankful for
yes.
family and being thankful for the loved ones around you. Just definitely be present in that because, a lot of people can't say that they are and have family around. They might be lonely, but definitely embrace this week. Like I know the holidays usually get like crazy and things like that. People are running around and then Black
Yeah.
Friday's like boom, it's here. But definitely yeah. Stay with that grace and just,
Be present.
bit of zen, little bit of zen.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Sin, for joining us so people can see you on LinkedIn at Cyndall Bryce, or they can
Yeah.
find you on Instagram at Little Press Love.
Hmm.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us and being part of our 25 Days of Small Biz Babes.
Thank you.